is Danny. I'm the naturopath behind Divine Health and Wellness, and I've had a few clients ask me lately about meal prepping and whether I recommend doing it, how I recommend doing it, and that kind of thing. So I thought that I would just share how I tend to meal prep because I've tried like the typical cook all the meals for the week on a Sunday, and it just didn't work for me. It doesn't really fit into my lifestyle, and if I felt really lazy on the Sunday, then it just wouldn't happen, and then all week I'd just be out of whack. So I've written down a few notes, and I just thought I'd talk through how I set up my week and what works for me, and it might work for you as well. So I have a set day to do my shopping, and that really makes a difference because then I know like when I'm going to have the food, so when I can start meal prepping. I do my shopping on a Monday. I've just started using Organic Box, which is an SA company. So I order the food on a Monday and it's here on Thursday. And that's for fresh produce, fresh organic produce. So that's changed things a little bit, but I really like their produce. It has such an amazing flavor. So having a set day to do the shopping just kind of helps with that organization aspect. So you're not getting to a point in the week where the fridge is empty and the cupboards are bare and you're grabbing takeaway on the way home because there's nothing else. So having that set day makes a big difference, and creating a meal plan for the week as well. But this one, I find it, me personally, I find it very difficult to have a set meal plan. So I have a meal plan. I have an idea of what I want to cook, what I have the ingredients to cook, and I buy food for that. But I'm very flexible in my meal plan. Being just myself and my husband at home, sometimes meals will give us more leftovers than I thought. So say if I made pad thai on Monday and I had something locked in to make on Tuesday, but then I realized that, oh, we've actually got enough leftovers to have pad thai again, we might just have pad thai. So I'm quite flexible in the way that I set up my meal plan. I know what I've got the ingredients for, and I know what, like I kind of have a rough idea, but I do allow that room to move. Sometimes I might have dinner planned and then we end up going to my parents for dinner. Things like that happen. Life happens, and it's important to me that we have that flexibility in our meal plan for the week. So that's the second thing. I always try to make sure when I'm looking at the meal plan the week ahead, if I have a late night with clients, if I have a really full-on day, or anything like that, then I make sure that on that day I'm having something quick and easy. So I might actually plan to have leftovers on that day if the day before works and I can cook. If I'm working really late on Wednesday but Tuesday's not too bad, then I'll cook a big meal on Tuesday and make sure I have those leftovers for Wednesday. So make it really easy for myself, and kind of don't allow that room to make excuses and finish the day and it's just easier to get something quick because I've planned to have a roast, those kind of things. So keeping in mind, when I'm having a really busy day, I'm gonna want to make something really quick and easy, and I'm not going to want to stand in the kitchen for an hour cooking whatever it is. So that's a really big tip. If you do have, like kids' activities on, make sure you're actually keeping that in mind when you're making the meal plan. If you're out late every Friday night with soccer practice and you don't get home till 8, then don't schedule in something that's going to be really difficult to make or time consuming, because it's just going to set you up to create those excuses. And to have that moment of, it's just too hard, I'm going to get something else on the way home. So making it really easy and kind of like setting yourself up for success, kind of fail proof. Preparing little bits in advance. So the way that I meal prep is just kind of doing little bits that will help in the rest of the week. So for example, on Monday night we had homemade pizzas, and while the pizzas were in the oven, I chopped up the tomatoes and garlic and onion and zucchini, and made the base for my homemade pasta sauce. The recipe is on my website if you want to try it. It's really yummy. So while the salmon was in the oven, the pizza, there's a salmon pizza, I chopped up all the veggies and got them all ready for the sauce because we were having pasta on Tuesday night. And then once the pizza was ready, got that out. While we're sitting down for dinner, the vegetables for the pasta sauce are in the oven cooking, because it does take like an hour or so, I think. So that's all ready to go. Bring it out, let it cool. I didn't even blend it that night because I couldn't be bothered. So chuck the veggies all cooked, ready to go in a container. And then Tuesday night, all I had to do was cook the pasta sauce, like blend it up, put the mince in, add my veggies, and cook the pasta. And it was just so much easier. If I hadn't have done that on Tuesday night, then I would have used a packet, like a jar of pasta sauce on. Sorry, if I hadn't have made the vegetable sauce on Monday, I would have had a packet jar pasta sauce on Tuesday, because it just would have felt too hard to cook something for an hour and then make the sauce and then make the dinner and then eat. So those little things make it really easy. And then I actually had enough leftovers of that pasta for lunch the next day, and we had enough leftovers of the pasta sauce to make lasagna on Wednesday night. So you can see how that kind of little bit of preparation on Monday actually gave us like 2 dinners and lunches as well. So it makes it really easy. And it didn't feel like much effort because I was in the kitchen on Monday already making the pizza, chopping up a few extra veggies while the pizza was in the oven. Didn't really feel like much extra effort at all. So rather than doing all the meals for the week in one go, I just make it really easy for myself, and try to do as much prep as I can, to make the following nights easier. Leftovers are king in our house. We love leftovers, particularly for lunches, because it makes it really easy to have a healthy lunch when you've got those leftovers there. And like I said before, if I've got a busy night, if I've got a full-on day, then I'm going to try and plan to have leftovers for dinner so that I'm not cooking in the kitchen when all I want to do is sit on the couch and veg out. And the other thing that we love is our slow cooker. We have a massive slow cooker. It cooks huge batches, like especially just for 2 of us. And I really love using that because it's you put it on in the morning, it's done by night, and then we just have leftovers for lunches and dinners and whenever we need it. And we can also freeze the leftovers, and if I'm really stuck, pull those out and have that for dinner one night as well. So slow cooker is my best friend, especially in winter. So that's the way that I meal prep. It's quite different to what you might see on, Instagram and stuff like that. But it really works for us. It really works for me, and it makes my week so much easier. So hopefully some of those tips have helped you, and maybe you could integrate those into your lifestyle and see if that works better for you as well. Just doing it in a way that makes it really easy for you to get through the week. I think that's the main thing. And something that doesn't feel too time consuming or difficult is really important for me, and I'm sure it is for most people as well. So that's today's tip. That's the way that I meal prep. And I'd love to know in the comments below how you meal prep. Maybe you're already doing something different. Maybe you're doing something similar. And pop a comment in if you're willing to give this a go as well. And I'd love to know how you find it. Okay, bye for now.